Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coco. Thanks for joining me at Strong and Steady today. I'm Jen. I'm excited to be working with you, get the blood flowing, get my energy up in today's class. Okay, let's start with our upper body warm up. So let's move our arms in small circles, trying to keep our torso nice and still as we sit on our sits bones on our folding chair. All right, our spine is nice and neutral, belly button in. Now breathe. Good. Open through the chest. Let's change directions of your circles. Small at first and growing larger as you go. Nice and relaxed. Good. Good. Bring them to your sides and let's do some back strokes. Keeping your fingers nice and relaxed on your hand as you open through your chest and reach for that back wall. Good. Switching arms. Nicely done. Exhaling as you go. Open, open, open. All right. Elbows in, heels to the ground. Exhale, contract and rise. Hands on your hips. And let's start with our good hinges. Okay. Soft bend in the knees, neutral spine. What the heck does neutral spine mean anyway? I know you've heard me say it a million times. But it's the same spine you have when you come to standing and you feel like you have good posture, right? Right here. I'm going to keep the shape of my spine the same as I hinge to the hips. Now, you don't feel the same as you get to the bottom of your hinge because if you have to rely on certain muscles to keep you from melting down to the ground into a puddle, right? So call on those muscles, your lats, your middle traps, a little bit of your upper traps and your rear shoulders. Good. Okay, genie arms, arms extended, body weight squats. Again, nice and neutral. So you don't want your pelvis to flare. So draw in that belly button, exhale and sink. Sink that tailbone toward the ground. Keep your belly button in and use those inner thighs. Good. Okay. Not going to do too many here because we have work to do. Now, we're starting off with a set of 10 of everything. So, and we're going to start off in our chair in a somewhat unusual position. And actually, I'm going to get slightly lower, lighter dumbbells for the round of 10. Okay. All right. So, on your chair. All right. Now, we're putting our dumbbells on the rack. So, they're at our shoulders, elbows in. All right. Now, we want to come to standing, still standing up into a neutral position. Okay. So, dig in those heels, draw those lats down toward your hips. Inhale, exhale, and rise and press and down. 2, 3, nice and smooth. 4, 5, 6. Good. It's a smooth movement. Imagine that you have platters on your shoulders. 9 and 10. Good. And all the way to seated again. Okay. Now at your side, let's come to standing. Now we're going to do lateral raise to bicep curl. Ready? So soft bend in the knees, belly button in. Exhale, lateral raise, a hammer curl. How about that? 2, 3, 4. Now, as you get tired, your hips may want to help out here. So we're trying to not let that happen. We're not tired yet. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, step forward, split stance, tricep kickback. So one leg forward, one leg back, everything in parallel, back heels off the ground. Hinge, draw the elbows to your rib cage. Tricep kickback, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's switch our split stance. Feet together. Extend the other leg back. Bend that knee, back heels off the ground. Hinge. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Reverse that hinge back to standing. Nice job. Okay. Goblet squats. All right. So we are going to do a sumo squat with a goblet hold. Okay. So sumo squats, heels in, toes out, knees are out. So we're externally rotated in our hips. We're going to get more from our innies and outies. Our goblet squat is on our dumbbell. We're going to hold it by the head and it's seated in the palms of our hands. Elbows in, into your center of gravity. Inhale, exhale, sink and raise, sink and raise. 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Good. Feel this hip opener. 9 and 10. Okay, the next rounds will get better and better as you feel your hips open up. Okay, here is our one with our chair. Okay, so we're going to get over our chairs, creating an incline plank. All right, so I'm extended back, wrists under armpits, grasping my chair. Ready? Now we're going to do mountain climbers. So I'm going to take knee to elbow, 2, 2, 2, 3. I'm talking pairs. 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8, 2, and I'm contracting through my obliques, through my low belly, and 10, 2. Walk back in, come to standing. Nicely done. Okay. Now, the reason our goblet squats are going to get better is we're going back to that same sort of thing, innie outie, with our lateral lunge to curtsy. Okay, so I'm going to use a dumbbell. Actually, the first one I'm going to demo is with the chair, right? So I've got a lateral lunge to curtsy, and I'm going to use this chair to maybe just help me with my curtsy a little bit. Okay, so I have it a little bit off to the side in the front. Okay, hands to my chest. Lateral lunge as I step, and then I'm going to cross my leg behind and curtsy. 2, lateral lunge, foot goes behind my hips, curtsy. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Okay, now I'm going to move my chair to the other side of me. All right, now lateral lunge the other way, right? Okay, so step out to the right, and then right leg goes behind to curtsy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, nicely done. We got both sides, both lateral lines in our glutes. All right, now we're going to do a standing front raise. Okay, with a press out. Okay, so for this, I'm going to start with palms down, soft bend in my knees. I'm going to exhale, front raise, palms down, in and out, press out, and back down. 2, In and out, down. 3, 4. This is nice and slow. We're trying to stay completely still from ankles to ears. How's that? 7. 8. 9. Last one, and 10. Okay, we got through our round of 10. Excellent. All right, now we got round of 8s. So we're back to our chair. Oops, get a drink of water now if you need to, okay? But we don't have much time. We're focused on quick transitions. Okay, so I'm back to my chair. I'm gonna put my dumbbells on my shoulders, proverbially. They're in my hands, elbows in, heels on the ground, legs in parallel. Now I've got 8. Squat with press, nice and smooth and fluid, no hip thrust. Inhale, exhale. 1, 2. Zipping the ribs at the top. 4. And I like that platter analogy because we don't want to wiggle. We don't want to spill our drinks or our soup. Good. That was 8. Nicely done. Okay. Now we have lateral raise to bicep curls. Soft bend in the knee. Exhale, lateral raise, bicep curl. Exhale, lateral raise. 3, 4. That lateral raise is definitely the hardest part of the work. 6, 7, and 8. Good. Okay, now we have a split stance, tricep kickback. All right, so now let's go ahead and get our good alignment. Square, hips, shoulders, kneecaps, back heel off the ground. Hinge, elbows to ribs. 1, 2, 3. Prolong that hold. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lower with control. All right, bring your feet together. All right, now we have goblet squats. So set one dumbbell down. Hold the goblet in your palms. Heels in, toes out, feet are wider than your hips. All right, ready, belly button in. And we're sinking down a hole. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it might be uncomfortable in your hips. 7 and 8. Right? But we want to work those inner thighs. We want to have that rotation. Okay, I'm angling my chair for my 8 sets of mountain climbers. Wrists under armpits, step back into your inclined plank. Belly button in, don't sag in the hips. Ready? 1 knee to elbow. Left and right. 3, 4. Focus on your core. 6, 7, and 8. Good, lock it in. All right, now we have lateral lunge to curtsy. I'm not gonna rely on the chair. I'm gonna have my hands at center, dumbbells, and I'm gonna try and move to a nice big end range, okay? Ready? All right, I'm gonna lateral lunge onto my left. Ready? Step out, back, curtsy. 2, 3, and 4. Now feet come back together again for the first time since we started. We're trying to not bring our feet back together on the ground in between each repetition. Okay, now I'm going right first. Okay, stepping out to the right. Lunge, curtsy, 2, curtsy, 3, curtsy, and 4, curtsy. Well done. Okay, now we have palm down, front raise to press outs. Okay, soft bend in the knees, belly button in. Inhale and exhale. Front raise, press out. 1, 2, 3. Draw those elbows back, press back out for 4, 5. Good chest work here. 2 more. 7 and 8. Nicely done. Okay. All right, 2 rounds down. What do we got? 3 to go. Okay. Back to the top. Squat to overhead press. Now, please note that I have palms facing in my overhead press. Palms are facing my ears. Legs in parallel. I took a little peek. Knees are over my ankles, heavy heels into the ground. Inhale, exhale, rise and press. 2, we have another round of 8 here, folks. Stick with it. 3, 4, good work. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, okay. Lateral raise to bicep curl. Ready, on the exhale. Lateral bicep curl. 2, hammer curl. 3, 4. Now, what you're trying to stay out of here is your neck. I know you're going to get into it. 6, 7, and 8. Good. Okay, tricep kickbacks. So find the dumbbells you want to use. Now, last time I had left leg forward. I'm going for right leg forward now. So my left heel is back, my right knee is bent. Hinging. Draw your elbows to your ribs. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Keep that belly button to the spine. 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, hinge and come back up. Good. All right. I love these transitions. We're really focusing on smooth, short, good execution. Okay, goblet hold on your dumbbell. Run it straight up and down, grasp in your palms. Plant your heels in, toes out. Feet are wider than your hips. Inhale, and let's sneak down the chute. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, good work. Mountain climbers. Nice incline here. Now, if getting all the way out to an incline plank isn't comfortable for you, you can absolutely modify it into a modified tabletop, okay? And focus on your crunch. Ready? We got 8 pairs. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And walk it in. Nice job. Hopefully you're feeling it in your obliques. All right, now lateral lunge to curtsy again. This is our last round here for me with no dumbbells. I'm working on increasing my range of motion. Ready? Step into the left. 1, and curtsy. 2, 3, and 4. Good. Feet together. Let's go the other way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nicely done. Okay. Front raise, press out, palms down. Get into your shock absorber stance, belly button in, soft bend in the knees, stable pelvis. Inhale, exhale, float, and press. 2, and down. There we go. Don't let your shoulders or hips sway here. Up, in and out, then down. That's 5, 6, 7, in and out, and 8. All right, nicely done. Okay, and now we're on a rounds of 6s. Yay, so are you more motivated, Anne? Yes, all right. All right, Anne's feeling good, I'm feeling good. Are you feeling good at home? All right, good. All right, so we got 2 rounds of 6s. Okay, now, fewer reps might sometimes also mean, or not necessarily mean, but you might reach for heavier weights because you don't have as many reps, okay? So you can slow things down and get heavier. Ready? Inhale, find your neutral, exhale. 1, 2, 3. Good, you got it. 4, nice and stable. 5, last one, and 6. Good. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna say, nope, can't do that heavier weight for lateral raises. All right, ready. Shock absorbers. Focus on the feet, bend in the knees, belly button in. Inhale, exhale, lateral to bicep curl. Maybe I'll do it on the last set. 3, 4, focus on a nice slow lateral raise, good isometric hold, lowering with control. And 6. Good. Okay. Split stance, left leg forward, right leg back. Square off your shoulders, hips, kneecaps, pointed forward, hinge. Elbows to rib cage, and 1, 2, nice and solid on that front foot. 4, 5, and 6. Reverse that hinge, come back up to standing. Goblet squats. Okay, dumbbell to the chest, running up and down, holding in the palms. Okay, heels in, toes out. Ready? Exhale and down the rabbit hole. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Nicely done. Okay, chair mountain climbers. Either incline plank or modified tabletop, your choice. But without regard, make sure you have a direct line from armpits down to the wrists. Ready? Good. Let's go 6 pair. 1, 2. Now I'm bringing them out nice and wide. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, I promise this. Here we go. Lateral lunge to curtsy with dumbbell. Holding it by the ears into the chest. Right? You're not unfamiliar with this. Be mindful of your range with added weight. Inhale and exhale, lateral lunge to curtsy. 2 and 3. Switch legs. Right leg, curtsy. 2 and 3. Okay, nicely done. All right. Front raise to overhead or to press out. Good. Find your stance. Find your shock absorbers. Relax through the neck and tops of shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Float in and out, down. In and out. Good. 3. In and out. 4. 5. And 6. All right, outstanding. One more round to go, guys, and then we're gonna hit the ground for some core work. All right, so we have 6s. We're feeling strong and powerful, steady as we go. Neutral, sits bones, feet on the ground, dumbbells at your shoulders. Be strong in your lats. Ready? Inhale, exhale, and press for 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. 2 more. 1 with control and 2. All right, lateral raise to bicep curl. All right, ready. Soft bend in the knees, belly button in, zip the rib cage. Exhale, 1. Bicep curl. And 2. Bicep curl. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Good work. Split stance, tricep kickback. I'm going right foot forward, left leg back. Nice bend in the front leg, heel off the ground in the back. Hinge, find your heel, draw the elbows in, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good, reverse that hinge, dumbbells at your side. Okay, goblet squats. All right. So goblet hold, sumo feet. Okay, toes out, heels in, nice and wide. Dumbbell dangling from your chest. Ready? Inhale and exhale. 1. Down the rabbit hole. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Nicely done. Chair mountain climbers. Okay, position wrists on either side of the chair under the armpits. Step back into your plank or your tabletop. Ready? Now draw those legs out wide. 1, 2, use those glutes. 3, nice and stable. 4, 5, and 6. Stepping in, move that chair. Reach for a dumbbell as you wish for lateral lunge to curtsy. We're just keep it going, guys. We're almost done. 12 more repetitions. That's it. Ready? Inhale. Exhale, lateral lunge to the left. And then curtsy. 2. And 3. Feet together. Let's go right. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Okay. Now you need a pair of dumbbells. Last exercise. Front raise to press out. Ready. Soft bend in the knee. Find your shock absorbers. Inhale and exhale. Raise. In and out. Down. 2. Hips and shoulders should remain completely still. Easier said than done. 4. There's 5. And 6. All right, nice work. All right, get a drink. We'll make our way down to the ground for our core work. So a quick breather. What was that? Throwing things? All right, so using your chair, finding the base of the chair, hinging forward, planting the hand, dropping that inside knee, get into your half kneel. All right, so getting into your kneeling, and let's make our way onto the mat, onto our side first. You can drop down onto that elbow and then roll back down onto your shoulder blades. Okay. So first things first, finding your imprint into the mat, right? Relaxing, becoming aware of the tension you're carrying in various parts of your body, and trying to soften it with each just relaxing breath. It's not necessarily a very focused, core-centric breath yet. We're just trying to relax just a little bit so we can come into some focus concentration. Maybe feel your heart rate come down a little bit if you feel like you were working really hard. Good. And then as you're ready, draw deeply in through your nose. Feel your rib cage expand laterally as you do so, and then exhale. Inhale through the nose, rib cage expands. Then as you exhale, belly drops and flattens like an air mattress that's been losing. Got a slow leak. After a full night of sleeping on it, your guest is just flat on the ground with a sore back. That's your belly. That flattening air mattress. And like an air mattress that flattens and sinks, it reaches a firmness. I want you to think about your low belly flattening into firmness as well. That firmness is the contracting of your transverse. So you're not just going to flatten like a balloon. Flatten and firm from the inside. Good. Now with specificity, start focusing on the lifting of your pelvic floor as that first action as you exhale. You may feel some inner thigh connectivity to that. It's really normal. And as the pelvic floor lifting, it's coming to meet your transverse air mattress. that's flattening and wrapping and sinking towards your spine and getting firm. And then finally, the last element is the squeezing of your intercostal muscles, that interior lining of your rib cage. It's going to squeeze and draw your ribs together. All in one, pelvic floor, transverse, intercostals. And all that is coming together to hold you in neutral. That is the goal. It's to support your neutral, whether you're laying down on your side, on your belly, standing up, all those things. Supporting the neutral, supporting your spine. So now let's take it one level past that then. As we exhale, we're going to work so deeply into our pelvic floor and transverse that we're going to pull our tailbone off of the ground and feel our low back getting pushed into the ground. As a result, your low belly becomes this shallow bowl. And as you're able, on the exhale, I want you to contract and pull and hold that shallow bowl and then release. And as you're holding that shallow bowl on your exhale, you're going back to my glutes, which are not helping this work at all. My glutes are just totally relaxed. But I can feel the tug, tug, tug of my inner thighs. Good. Now making sure your palms are down by your sides. We're going to take this work as a precursor. It's really homework that's going to lead into our glute bridges. Okay. So on that exhale, we're going to pull and rock, make that shallow bowl, continue pulling and lifting your pelvis off the ground. Then your heels are going to sink in and your hamstrings are going to support it, kind of like stilts, as your transverse begins to or continues to pull your hips all the way up. So then it's a direct line, a slide from your knees to your hips all the way down to the ground. Your palms are firm into the mat so you can feel your lats working to support the underside of your spine. And we're holding here, feeling strong, feeling that energy in our hamstrings. Our belly is wrapped. And then we're going to slowly soften through our chest and begin to melt our way back down, one vertebrae at a time, melting like a slinky toward the ground. And finally, releasing your pelvis fully into the ground. We're going to do that work one more time before we add in some additional work to that, okay? Inhale. And remember, we start off focusing strictly on pelvic floor and transverse as we sink into our belly and pull our tailbone off the ground, pull your sacrum forward. No glutes at this point. Exhale and pull and round. Okay, once you have a nice deep bowl, then you can begin pulling on the exhale. Pull, pull, pull. Hamstrings and heels dig in like stilts to support it. Little scaffolding back there as you pull, pull, pull that pelvis all the way up. Find that nice line, that straight line down to the ground. Now relax through the neck and tops of shoulders. You don't need to be rounding forward as you do this. Palms are in the ground. Tension in our hamstrings, maybe a little in your glutes. Good. And then soften and melt your way back down, one vertebrae at a time. And release. Okay, good job. Now, fair warning. The next work that we're going to do is a little bit tricky. Okay, so we're going to add some footwork. We're going to get all the way up to the top of our bridge. And I usually cue you're in your heels on your bridge, right? And you can strongly feel your hamstrings. All right, now we're not only going to be in our heels, I want you to pull your toes toward your shins. Stable pelvis. Okay, and then we're going to keep our pelvis stabilized up in our bridge, and we're going to bring our feet all the way to the ground and try and lift our heels from the ground. Okay, and then we'll rock back to our heels and pull our toes up. Rock back to our base foot and pull our heels up. Back to our heels and then sink back down. Okay, now the first time I did this in a class, I had one guy holler, "Oh, I got a cramp in my hamstring." Okay, so be aware. I want you to mentally think that you're smoothly moving into this position with your breath. Don't go aggressively. If you go aggressively and contract heavily through it, you're more likely to get a hamstring activation like that. Okay, you want to go smoothly into that work. Okay, that's the best advice I can give you. All right, so palms back on the ground. Inhale through the chest. Exhale, sink deeply into the low belly, pulling the tailbone and sacrum off the ground. I'm going to give myself just that one warm up, returning to neutral. And then on my next exhale, I'm going for broke. Exhale, and I'm pulling from my transverse, peeling tailbone, sacrum, heels dig as I continue to pull, pulling my pelvis all the way off, supported by my hamstrings. Okay, so here I am at the top of my bridge, palms down. Okay, now heels are in. I'm going to pull my toes toward my shins. Pelvis is stable. Rocking back, toes onto the ground. Lift your heels. Rocking back, heels in. Lift your toes. Rocking forward, toes. Lift your heels. Rocking back to your heels, melt through the chest, hinging through the ribs, sinking slowly all the way to the ground. Good. Okay. Hopefully, none of you got a cramp in that one. Okay. All right. So that was just a nice, interesting twist on pelvic stability, along with utilizing the muscles in our lower legs. Okay. Now we're going to get back to something a little different. Again, a stable pelvis in our glute bridge, but we're going to try and support our glute bridge with just one leg. Okay. So we're going to take it into a single leg extension. So our pelvis will be off the ground, and we're going to focus on a heavy heel. One heel gets heavy, the other heel gets light, and the leg just straightens. And then it's going to slowly come back down. That heel will get heavy and that leg will straighten. Okay, now as we do that, we have one hamstring and glute that's going to support the pelvis. The opposite hand that's into the ground needs to become more active to remind that lat and oblique to fire to keep your pelvis stable and elevated. Okay, you got it? Those are all your cues. Gave you all the answers up front. Okay, inhale. Exhale into your body setup. Start rocking the pelvis forward. Return to neutral as you inhale. Exhale, pulling again, pulling that pelvis off of the ground. Heels are sinking, hamstrings are activating as you press up one vertebrae at a time into your bridge. Okay, check in with your bridge. Palms are down by your hips. You may feel your triceps even here. Inhale through the chest. Now you're going to exhale into your body setup. Left heel gets heavy, right palm gets heavy, right leg extends. Knee bends, drop that right heel to the ground. That heel gets heavy, left palm gets heavy, left leg extends and returns. Ideally, you have an isometric hold long enough to say, is my pelvis stable? Bend at the knee. Exhale, left leg extends. So I've done 2 on each side. I'm going to try one more. Exhale, left heel heavy, Right leg extends and bend. Exhale, right heel is heavy, left leg extends, bend and return. Inhale here, and then exhale as you melt your way back down to the ground, one vertebrae at a time. Nicely done. Okay, now let's go ahead and let our legs fall to the left, releasing all that energy out of your inner thighs and your hip flexors if you were using some. Take a breath here. Maybe even 2 breaths here. We're twisted. We're off to the left. Our right shoulder blade is down, right palm on the ground. But breathe into your body setup. Exhale, sink, wrap, zip. And on the next exhale, that right Latin oblique is going to pull those legs back up. Let's sink back down to the left side one more time. And on the exhale, don't forget about the pelvic floor and transverse rib cage work. Exhale into that body setup as right lat and oblique contract and pull the legs up. Okay, let's go to the right. Legs fall, let them go dead. Keep that left shoulder blade on the ground. Keep your left palm on the ground. Inhale through the chest. Exhale, flatten your belly. Visualize that stone falling through a pond. Then on the next exhale, go through that routine, but also left armpit to hip is going to contract and pull, knees up. Falling off to the right one more time. Relax. Inhale and exhale into that body setup. Feel that flattening and tightening. And then exhale through that left lat and oblique as it pulls your pelvis back to neutral. Good. Okay, let's draw our knees to our chest. Draw them out a little bit wider and rock back and forth. Kind of a gentle massage in your low back as you rock from side to side. Good, and then bring them together and let them fall off to the left, all the way down as we're able. Arms are teed out. So legs to the left, gaze to the right, rotation through the low back. Relax through the chest. If you want more through the chest, raise that arm up a little higher, closer to your ear, bicep to your ear. You'll get more of your upper pecs. Might feel it through your armpit. Bring it back down to a T. Roll your pelvis back to a neutral. Draw your knees to your chest again. Let it fall off to the right side. Good. So legs on the right. Take your gaze to your arms on your arm on the left. Palm up, teed out. Exhale into your low belly. So feel that tightening in your low belly. And as you do so, hopefully your low back then is going to release and relax. That's our goal, to get rid of that tightness in the low back. Play around with the positioning of your arm, whether you're at X, at T, you can come up into Y, trying to keep your knuckles on the ground as you do so. Palm up. Good. Okay. Now I'm rolling over onto my side and pressing my way up. Great job today, guys. Nice work. You should be proud of yourself for getting on here and doing the work. I will see you Thursday. Have a good week. Good hard work. Bye now.